Good afternoon, good morning, good night, whenever it is that you are tuned in to us. We are here for a very special edition of The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards, and you can see we're outdoors in a beautiful scenery. And this is the beautiful Virgin Gorda, thanks to the BVI Tourist Board and Film Commission, who made it possible for us to be here at the Guava Berry Villas. Yeah, and this is the Le Cachet. With two awesome guys. I'm gonna tell y'all the
Where
truth.
call this place?
This is Le Cachet.
Le
Cachet, yeah. The Cachette or Cachet.
I like that.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. While in the village, opening night for Easter Festival 2025, I was just there standing, talking, having a chit chat with Mandy. And Mandy said, those two boys up there, I'm so super proud of them. He don't know what he did. He opened the light bulb. Oh, what's so proud about? Oh, they were used to be here and now they're in Florida doing their thing. And it's so nice to see them come home and doing such an amazing. It's okay, all right. And my brain's like, I gotta get to them. I gotta find out a little bit more. So
Big up Mandy.
Yeah. No Mandy for a long time.
All he said, they're twins. I'm like, okay.
Right.
And then is when all my attention was like, yeah, the stage show going on, and like all my brain is like, I hope these two guys are willing to come sit with me. So first of all, for those who don't know you like I don't, introduce yourselves.
Let me go first. My name is Frank, and this is my twin brother Frankie. We are twin flames. We grew up in North Song in Virgin Gorda.
Not song.
Graduated.
To our Not song people.
Boop, boop.
Got a song.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
And we also graduated high school here. Did sports here. Played for the BVI for the cricket team. So we're kind of well known.
We did basketball too. Don't forget basketball. Don't forget junior mystic.
Boom.
We won 4 times in a row.
Boom.
We went Tola. We won 4 times in a row.
Don't put it.
We got 4 trophies. Well, sorry, we got 4 trophies and 4 rings.
All right.
I'm putting that out there.
I can hear some people say, yeah, come back. Let's just try it again and see if you can hold on to that. Some grudge match or
That was
something.
back in the
Yes,
days.
yes.
We were younger, we were all over the place, we had a lot of energy. We still do, but we used to hoop almost every day. But that's just a little history about us being here. As Frank said, but this is our stamping ground. We should be all over this place.
Yeah.
Every place, man. So Virgin Gorda is home.
Yeah.
Nice.
Home.
What propelled you to come home? I know it's Easter Festival and people, the Virgin Gorda Easter Festival committee would have been looking for people to come perform, to DJ and stuff.
Yeah.
Did they reach out to you or it was
we
something
always
you were
wanted to come
planning?
home.
Yeah?
We always wanted to come home.
But it was a surprise. We were actually doing a TikTok live event one time. And we just saw the message. Guys, look out for a call. And it was like,
Ooh.
what? So it's a dream come true. Me and Frankie talked about coming back and representing Virgin Gorda, representing the BVI and a whole. So this was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
When we got the call, and it was just mind blowing.
Yeah, when we got the call, it was pretty excited because it's like we're coming back home to represent. Even though we DJing in Florida, we DJing in Orlando.
Right.
It hits different when it's
home.
When it's home, yeah.
You come back and you see the people that you grew up with,
Right.
Our old classmates, the older people that used to give us a lot of advice and that we grew up, taking a lot of example from, just to see them here actually in the village, seeing their faces, and everybody was so welcoming. As soon as we got out of that, it was just like, welcome. People send us a message, our classmates, welcome
Wow,
back.
nice.
And
nice.
it's hype because we don't get this kind of, Florida's kind of like this, but we don't get like just to smell.
It got different smell, right?
Different
And the
smell.
sunburn different.
Yeah.
The sunburn's different. Yeah, we taking some more here right now.
So, but it was a really great opportunity, and I want to thank the Virgin Gorda Festival Committee and thank the BVI Tourist Board and
Everybody.
Thank you and everybody for having us.
And thank you for agreeing to speak with us. But before we go more into what you do now, let's do a little reflection. Tell me what it was like growing up in Virgin Gorda, in the BVI.
It was dope. Like some of our best memories is right here.
Yeah.
Like right here in Virgin Gorda, because we used to work at I used to work at Barris Creek, right? and Frankie used to work at Bittering, and then we
Yacht
both
Club.
started working at Barris Creek. We used to work for Oil Not Bay. Big up David Johnson.
Big up Mr. J.
Big up Miss Pam. Big up the whole organization, Oil Not Bay organization. So that was our home. We used to live by the clinic up Natsong, and then we used to just go. So we were always on the water. So a lot of our memories was just sailing the seas.
Right.
Me and Frank, boat captain. We got our boat captain license here.
Okay.
So like just being around the waters here and being around the beautiful.
Yeah.
It
So
was
straight out of
cool.
high school, did 1 semester college.
Yeah.
Our mother was like, she ain't paying for college. Like, so we went to grab a job.
Oh, so you completed college.
Just one.
We just did 1
complete
semester.
Oh,
And
okay.
Our mom was funding that, and she was like, "That's too expensive for her."
Oh.
She was like, "Yeah, I need to go get a job and pay for your own college."
college.
But then when we get a job, we
We love the water so much.
it felt like a career.
Uh-huh.
So we just
Okay.
stayed, and we just like, we're gonna leave college, and we're gonna stay here and do what we love doing.
Right.
Okay. What was boyhood days like as a twin, in especially at school? The girls. The girls.
Now we
No.
really are no girls like that.
You really?
yeah.
We were studying our books.
No, 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 no.
We had church on
We
Sundays.
used to go to church every Sunday.
Listen, they got some things that they say about guys with space teeth. So don't tell
don't
me.
know.
What they say? I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, you ever heard about it?
No.
But you were twin in
yeah.
school.
But growing up as a twin,
It's very interesting.
yeah, because we there was really any twins here. There's a couple other twins on the island, but then when we came, we went to Brigado Flax. Just to let you know, we got Brigado Flax Educational Center.
Class 2007.
We went straight there. So when we went there, the school was acceptive of us. When we walked in the first time to go to the office,
Everybody came out the class.
it was like we was like celebrities. We were new. But then the fact that we were twins and we did a lot representing sports. We were humble, very humble guys. So I think from that alone just made us kind of popular here.
Okay, so that's from what grade you went to Brigado Flax?
3.
Farm,
Grade 3?
Farm 3, Farm 3.
Farm 3?
Yeah. What grade that is? Farm 3.
That's grade 9. I'm so familiar with the farms.
We were like farm 2A and 2B or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think, and the separate. I don't know why they didn't want us in the same class. But
It was a smart idea, but yeah.
And say I come back to that very
We
part
were.
of the question when I asked.
They did not put us in the same
So
class.
before Brigado Flax, where it was?
The St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Oh, okay,
So we
okay.
moved from St. Vincent with our mom. Our mom got a contract to work here as a nurse. We just moved there. We moved to Tartola first. We did a year a school down there in Tartola. And Laboratory Stout. Elmo Stout.
Elmo Stout High
That's what we used to name first, yeah. And then we moved up to Virgin Gorda. So we were mostly like just following our mom because we were really young when we moved here.
Okay. So what would have propelled you to move to Orlando as opposed to staying here with the boating career and probably still doing what you do?
I had my regrets when I moved.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I had a really good job.
Yeah.
We were like family over there with the All Up Babe people.
Yeah.
We had a great job. We used to wake up every day and drive a boat.
Happy. Right. So happy to
we
be
used to be in the water every day, so that was kind of dope. So when I left the first like 3 years, when I was in Orlando, I was like, man, it was kind of like sad for me, and also it was my first time being away from my brother.
Right.
Oh, so you left first and then you followed.
I was gonna leave this.
But you left.
Exactly.
Gotta follow the blood.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the first couple years, it was because we've never been apart. We're twins. We did everything together. We
Think of like we move so being separated was kind of tough. So that's why eventually after like how much, like probably 8-10 years, I was like, yo, bro. That's when the DJing stuff got a little bit more serious. It got a little bit more big. So we just had a great ideas. Hey, why us not do
Something
Twin Flames?
Twin
right?
Flames.
You know,
So let's talk quickly about why DJing, how you got into DJing from both captains to DJing. That sounds a little distant.
Yeah. It started a little when I was here. I started with an iPhone.
Yeah.
iPhone.
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 Yeah.
I bet it would have been better if you had a Samsung.
No, the Samsung would have overeat.
What be sticky.
No.
We don't only deal with iPhone around here.
No, the Samsung, that Android is the bomb. That girl does everything right there.
We
you know?
have cut that part out.
I'm sticking with her. Yeah. But yeah, you started with the iPhone.
With the iPhone, yeah. We used to go to this Spanish bar called Blue House.
Right.
Blue House.
Mucho caliente. Let me get out the story how he got his name. One time, we went to Blue House and the vibe was good, but he downloaded some songs on his iPhone. He got the DJ app.
DJ app on my phone.
And he went to the Spanish lady and, hey,
Can I plug in my and play
my phone? And from that day, guess what his first name was? DJ Plugin.
Yeah, that's official DJ name.
DJ Plugin.
Yeah, nice.
So every time she see us come, DJ Plugin. We just plugged in the iPhone and.
So wait, no laptops, no iPads or anything, just your phone. You're DJing in the club
iPhone jack
and
That's
DJing in a club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did a bunch of bars and clubs right here in Gorda.
Yeah.
And we used to have Blue House rocking where it used to be like it got time it got popular where it got so much people used to be inside the Blue House. Like the floor used to be doing this. And we used to then go. When I tell you we used to go crazy, I used to go crazy on the iPhone. And then I moved to Orlando. I bought an iPad. I started out with an iPad, and then I got some money. I bought a Apple Mac computer. And then
It's so hard. I used to say Mac.
you don't have no Samsung computer.
Because it's so universal. We can just pick up. It's only the Apple you can't pick up, but any other thing you could pick up.
Oh my
Economics, easy,
my
simple.
gosh.
Listen, Samsung can't pay me.
You're holding your own. So I got a DJ controller. I started with some clubs in Orlando, and then I just took off. I got popular really quick in Orlando, and then after a while, I taught Frank how to DJ, and then we both just here now.
Yeah. This is Mr. Orlando, Mr. Mai Tai.
Yeah, Mai Tai. Why they call you Mai Tai?
And there's a brunch in Orlando, a popular brunch in Orlando called Mai Tai. And don't go watch the videos.
Why not?
Do not go look at the videos.
Oh
But
my
just know
God.
Fun environment, that's all I'm
Just know it's popular and it's and if you're ever in Orlando, you have to come to Mai Tai. So Mai Tai is what got me really blew me up in Orlando because we went viral a lot of times. And if you're in Orlando, you know Mai Tai. So a lot of people connect me to Mai Tai. And also a lot of the Caribbean parties up there too. I do a lot of Caribbean clubs like the Junction, Rum Jungle, and a lot of other spots up there.
Compare doing DJing over there as to being a DJ in the BVI.
More here is more on the reggae dancehall, soca side. To the events like the Mai Tai events is more like R&B, pop music and stuff, which are like hip hop
music. And
like kind of twerk songs. And then there's Caribbean clubs up there where we do play to as well, and that's more on the Caribbean side. But so we're well crafted with the music. We have every genre of music. We can play for anybody, any party,
any genre of music. How that came into play.
You're moving up there.
Yeah.
Because now you at a brunch, you ain't gonna play cartel all day.
No.
These people gonna be looking at you like you ain't got no sexy red. So you have to get in. You have to know your environment and we read crowds. Like you gotta be as a DJ, you gotta be kind of you gotta be smart, bro.
Right.
And I will encourage any DJ to not try to play one genre music. We Caribbean, we play soca, dancehall, and reggae, and brown, but we can play hip hop, we could play twerk music, we could play R&B, we could play Spanish stuff, and it's being up there made us it open up our mind, open up our vision to be hey.
I don't think it made us add to it because down here, we were more focused on the dancehall and everything.
Right.
So being up there, it added the other genres.
They got music in your family? Anybody in your family really delve into
Our
music?
stepfather boy, he punked some gravy as some bougie banta.
So from a young age, you were appreciating those music?
Yeah. Mr. Vegas, from a young age, Champagne, we being 7, 8 years old, hearing those stuff. Yeah, we didn't appreciate it then. But when you get older, knowing the music, we clash the memory with our craft, and it's
It's like he embedded it in our soul from young. So now when we got older and a lot of those music makes sense, we'll be like, yo, like we feel it when we hear like a Sanchez, it'll be like, oh my God.
Right.
Like why I feel like this.
Right.
But it's because it was embedded when we were younger. And we will never forget those music, you know. When we hear like a lot of those songs, it'll feel like it's new to us, like Daville. Daville gonna be here tonight.
Yes.
Up on Daville's, man.
Nice.
It was good.
All right, so let's come back a little bit now to the two individuals as you are right now. Do you have DJing as a career for you?
Yes, I'm a full-time DJ.
Yeah.
I DJ at least 4 to 5 times a week. I do other gigs. I'm LLC where I'm a business.
Right.
You know, I pay my taxes. But right now I'm like DJing, and then a lot of people be like, yo, you just DJing and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you really love it. The money is good, but then right now I'm trying to transfer.
The money is great. Don't let you just be here.
No, boy, it's not like I just I gotta work. It's not like
it's a job. It's a career.
I gotta download music. I gotta put folders together. I gotta go out there and give 110%. Because especially me, I don't give like
we don't short change
or 100%. You don't give. If it's 2 people there, we will make sure those 2 people have a good time.
Well, I can tell you from what we experienced last night, where we know that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, one be on the turntable and one with the mic.
Both.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't realize that we switched last night?
No.
I was in the beginning.
He started playing in the beginning. I was talking, and in the end we switched.
Yeah.
I did. So who went up on the stage just before the drop?
Yeah, I was talking let's talk about the Nat song guy.
The flag.
Nat song, we love you.
The man went on to the back, come back, get a brand new flag and say, this is the BVI.
And he had to. That's why I want. That's why we love, BVI people. You gotta be strong about. You don't got nobody come here talking about your flag. It was a joke though. But don't got nobody come here talking about your wash on flag.
That's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. I did that, I'm driving on entertainment and that's what we want. I want to give a little bit of, everybody come out and enjoy yourself. And that's what we pride on. We pride on entertainment and good DJing, good juggling.
Okay, you guys are young men, and it seems as though life has given you the opportunities to be where you are and who you are right now. And I must take this moment to give a big shout out to a young man who is heading up that committee, the Virgin Gorda Easter Festival subcommittee, which is Rashawn Stephen. Rashawn, big up, He has taken on such a big mantle, and whenever I hear people talk, oh, this shouldn't happen, this and this should, I said, why not just throw your support behind the young man?
Yeah.
Every opportunity I get, Rashawn will tell you, I usually send him a little note of encouragement. You know the pressures, and we the older ones can withstand some pressures if we really want to, but it's a little tougher for I guess you could attest to that.
Yeah.
But yes, what are your thoughts about that what we often hear? Why not give young people a chance in life to take up certain positions?
It's mastery, because what he's doing there as a young man in the committee in the BVI, I know it's very proud. His parents, the community is proud. We proud. We were in Orlando seeing what he is doing. You're growing up with Richard and everything. It's like, bro, just you did that. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. You did that. We're really proud and appreciate you guys for bringing us to the Istifal. And it was great. It was great.
All right, so let's turn the tables on the conversation. Right now in the Virgin Islands, we see so much happening, and everything seems to be pinned on young people. Whenever something happens that's negative, it's pinned on young people. I guess when you were growing up, because you talk about having really good times growing up as young men in the Virgin Islands, especially on Virgin Gorda, people leave their cars open, people leave their doors open, sleep at nights comfortable, but that's changed.
Yeah.
That's changed.
I think the world changed.
The world changed. That is true.
I mean, it's some bad saying it like that, but a lot have changed. I don't think the world itself, even America, bro, like it is different up there too.
Yeah.
It's not as safe as but it all start with the home.
Right.
Like, you know, and the second house to the community. A lot of people, they'll blame the community for a lot of stuff, but like the safety and the responsibility starts with the home, with the kids. Like pinning them down at home and be like, because if I tell my son you can't be home at 7 o'clock and 7 or 2 reach and you're not in the house, is a problem.
Right.
And I think like a lot of maybe a lot of parents are letting that slide. They're probably a little bit more lenient on a lot of stuff now. So I think we could start there, and then the community could come together and help that.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
Just to piggyback off of that, me and Frankie recently had a conversation where we sat down and was like, yo, if we had listened to, you know, our mom when we were like 14, 15, I know it didn't make sense then, but we was like, bro, like if the advice our mother was giving us, if we had just be like, okay mother, or like okay mom, I think we would have been a bit more. I'm not saying we're not where we want to be.
You would have made different decisions at certain times of your life.
Educationally.
But at a teenager life, all of us would have gone. We are grown, we are parents now too. But at that stage of your life, it's like you want to explore, you want to find out for yourself.
There you go.
But you know, that time when you got to just like listen, trust that your mama kind of know what she's saying.
When you get older,
you realize,
like, man, I should have really go to college. Right. I should have really still do my homework.
I should have really not fall in love at 14.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a question again. So the girls never used to be after you at school. I'm gonna come back right there. You just said something to me. Falling, you not no girl.
You really know.
So there is still that secret you don't want mama to know.
Right.
I don't know what she talking. Now, man, we used to be in our books, you know. We used to study books
on the school.
We used to go Sunday school. We used to be in our sports every day.
Yeah.
We used to be not on court every day. Nobody cared that we used to be studying. And then we still got women do our homework, do our chores and stuff. So
girls wasn't really
it wasn't a priority. Yeah? We're gonna leave it like that. But you said something there just now, chores. You know, these days it seems as though some kids feel that if I'm assigned a task at home to take out the trash, to make up my own bed, to tidy my room, to even stay home for an hour or two to supervise my younger sibling, so that my mom could run out again, they need to be rewarded in some way.
It's the new age. It's just how it is nowadays days.
But then if we didn't complete our chores, we were in like it's not even trouble. It was like we were a problem. Our mother will probably kill us.
Oh Lord!
You know, if she say wash the dishes, we will wash it and make up your room. And I think nowadays days, like a lot of parents are a little bit more lenient on the kids, and you know that's just the way the world is. A lot of stuff have changed, and everybody have their reason. But if we were more strict, if everybody got more a little strict in their home, I think the kids will be a little bit better.
There are two things that you said there just now that stuck out to me. You had to go to church
every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Yeah.
You think that's a belief, a practice that is now eroded, where it's not happening that much?
I think it's not happening that much. I think there's a lot of different religions, a lot of different churches. So to me, I think growing up, young people find it hard choosing which church or which religion to choose, I guess. But I think that was the struggle right now, or that is a struggle right now with that. That's why you're not seeing a lot of people. That's my take on it.
But despite what religion you wanted to follow back in our days, you gotta go to church either Saturday or Sunday. Yeah. Church was a must.
And this dude used to cry to go to church every morning. Every Sunday. Every Sunday when we walking, the tears coming around. But we got a choice. Because if our mother say, yeah, go to church, we gotta go to church. So we used to go to church even if we want or not. Because our mother said we gotta go to church. We never used to like go to church. But our mother said we have to go. Now, when we go to church, we learn a lot about the Bible. You know, we learn a lot about, you know,
it's a discipline that it teaches, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the whole top line of the story right there. It's like you go to church. So now, when we got out, move up from our mom, not saying we used to go to church still, but then
The
principle
principles.
is still here, where we still read our Bible.
Mm.
You know, you still read a little Christian verse on our phone and stuff. So that still is embedded in us.
Yeah, and it teaches
And
you
there's
some
some
values
stuff-
that you remember.
Yeah.
Be kind to others.
Yeah.
Love your brothers and your sisters.
And because we went to church so much, I will never forget John 3:16. Everybody
Let's go.
should know
Let's
John
go.
3:16.
Let's
For
recite.
God
So love the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish, but have everlasting
I
life.
don't forget that.
Yeah.
Embedded.
Sometimes you go into a crisis, you go into something, you say that right there. I promise you can change your whole mood. That was it. The life changer sometimes.
Nice, but as well as when we talk about the challenges that young people, people generally face today, the economics of the world has changed, and the way we used to live has changed. When back in the days we could have gone to our neighbors and get some salt and some rice, and now you got to carry something very, very valuable if you want something from your neighbor. And we have so many single parents. You know, you have some single dads, but to the greater extent, it's moms who are with the kids, and sometimes by the time the kids wake up from the bed, mom already gone out to work, and she coming in by the time you already asleep. And so those are things that I think, you know, is lending to where society is going today. Can you see anything?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we could do. The world change, and a lot of times where we waste a lot of time trying to figure out or try to fix instead of adapting.
Okay.
You know, like social media came out. There's so much other stuff that's happening in the world that changed the world. When the internet came out, the world changed. When cell phones came out, the world changed. And a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I don't even buy a cell phone. I can stick to my landline."
But where the landline now, you know, right? If
So a lot of times, as you mentioned, there's a lot of single mothers and single dads. You're already a single mom, a single dad. What you gonna do? You're gonna ponder about it, or you're gonna figure it out.
Nice,
you know,
nice.
So adapt. You know, that you have to just stuff gonna happen in the world. You know, a lot of bad things gonna happen, a lot of good things gonna happen. At the end of the day, you just gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
You know?
and you know, I often say to people, you know, I've accepted that the world is good and bad,
Yeah.
right and left, but you know, it's the path that you choose. I'm not gonna let anyone change me from being a kind and smiley catty,
Right.
because that's the path I choose,
Right.
and it works for me. Not
Right.
because you are mean to me, I'm gonna come over that road and be mean and bitch out. You know.
Right.
The other thing, when you talk about social media, I remember. You used to get a lot of fights when you were in school.
We?
Not necessarily you fighting, but in school, kids used to fight, and
What?
we seen a lot of you know
Yes.
these
You
really
used to have a lot
terrible.
of fights, but you never used to have a phone back then, or a lot of
So you
people.
could see it.
See,
No,
right.
you've seen everything.
Ah.
There's cameras everywhere.
Instead of somebody parting a fight, no, the recorder. So back then we were quick apart a fight. Probably somebody scrabble for like 10 seconds, but no, a fight will go on for like 5 minutes, and you just there 5 minutes recording, and that's why it's kind of looking more, I guess, bad
Like it's
on
more.
social media, right? Because it look like it's more now, but it's always been like that.
But when you talk about parting fights, you know, a lot of fights get really violent, and then you got even instances where you see parents coming in and threatening little kids because they were in a fight with, you know,
All of that being going on.
it been going on.
Yes, I maybe, but you just, as Frank
It's
said,
on display now
for the world to see.
Would you guys come back to the Virgin Islands and make it
if we get rich.
home again? If you get richer,
Yeah, I'm feeling like this.
ri-
If we get a little
luxury villa.
what is that name?
This is La Cachette.
La Cachette.
Yeah, like
Pool on the
Yeah.
side,
Retire.
great
you
view.
see the coconut tree?
Yeah, don't climb the people.
A little business, we'll definitely come back home, but it will be like when we're like financially stable.
Stable. You're still building yourself and
yeah.
building your
Yeah,
career.
man. Yeah, man.
If you are to choose of the two, being a boat captain, being a DJ, be honest.
No, why would you ask that question? Oh my God.
The love I have for the water is, I don't know, I'll put that above everything,
Yeah, me
because
too.
to me being a captain was very therapeutic for me. It really keep me out of the mental mental state of keeping you out of fight, keeping you out of family stress, kids. Like if I wanted to get away, I go sail a boat, sail around that song, sail around the BVI.
Go to Willie T.
Go Willie T, come back. And I think that's why a lot of people like being on the water with the freedom they have of just island hopping, man. If you're in BVI, island hop, and it's very therapeutic.
Yeah,
I think I give it up.
I would choose the boat captain.
The boat captain too.
You follow the politics of the day?
Nah,
Here?
we
No?
we see it,
Yeah, but we don't
we follow it, but we don't like
read
into
it.
it. It's just like back home, like in America with Trump and all those stuff. We just there looking,
Yeah.
but we just won't have anything to say.
Mm.
And it happened to me. It happened like when I just moved up to America. I had a job. I used to work as a valet. I mean, this white guy, he got into. I said something about Trump, and then the white dude almost take me out. So I from that I was like, okay, people are really sensitive when it comes to. So I just I stopped. I was like, yeah, Trump, stupid, bro. I didn't. Almost took me out.
So no opinions at all about.
I'll think about it. I'll probably talk to with Frank, but outside of that, nah. Even what's going on back home, we see everything, but
You just stay neutral about it. But do you think that the BVI is developing? You think you see the future of the BVI being one much brighter than it is now?
Yes, I do. I see there's a lot of changes going on, and changes do take time to actually see. And I see it getting a lot better, and I'm seeing it getting a lot better. I love the way they're coming forward with everything.
And the tourists love him, man.
Yeah, they.
Yeah. Oh, you know that.
Coming up on the ferry, where you guys from? It was like for the $14. And I was like, why you?
They were so excited to come here.
Trust me.
Yeah.
We were just excited. We felt like tourists.
Yeah.
So if they're loving it, why we can't love it too? Because these people love home more than we. You know, so you gotta think about it like that. They call this place paradise. We should be able to embrace it and call this paradise. But it is on the right track.
Yeah, and there's a saying, we live where others vacation.
That is true.
It tells you the value of it. Y'all came home from the hurricane period.
Frank was here.
I was there during
You experienced it, right? You saw the devastation.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
And then I was in Orlando, and we just saw everything just disappeared. And the news was saying the Virgin Islands disappeared. So now when I'm messaging Colin Frank, like we can't get anything because like on the news they're like, there's nothing there. And then we're like, what?
Yeah.
And then like a couple days after, I think he had to come up here to get service.
Went to a couple of mine area.
And I was like, what? And then he was like, bro, like it's bad. It's bad here. I don't know how they survived there, but
it was something to talk about. But the way I see how the place is now, you would never believe that there was a
hurricane
category or superstar hurricane that came through. Trust me.
But and the thing that we would have learned back then is we saw us come together as a people, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was everybody's brother and sister, and at that time you could go and get some.
Yeah.
so definitely.
All right, I think that was beautiful.
The COVID days too. That was kind of stressful as well.
Yeah.
Everybody bounced back strong, man.
But what was it that made you decide to? Okay, I can't do without my other half anymore.
I was actually getting a little bit more popular in the BV as a DJ, and he was blowing up in Orlando. And we just talked on the phone one time, and we were like, "Yo, let we make this a bigger thing." And we were separated for a while, so it was like, "You want to make sense? Let's go. Let's take over the world."
Okay,
so that's what it was.
All right.
So our goal right now is just to travel and to do events like this, because I think me and him are ready for the big stage.
Yeah.
But you're already on the big stage. You're in the bigger stage.
Trinidad, Tortola, St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. Lucia. We trying to and VG on the top. That VG was like the top. We have to get VG home.
Nice. All right, it was such a beautiful conversation with you guys. Likewise. I'm so happy that you said yes, because although the stage show was happening, all my brain was thinking about, will I get an opportunity to ask these guys to come sit with me, and would they be receptive? Sometimes guys is like, no, I don't want to be the camera thing, I don't like to do interviews and stuff. But awesome guys. I know your parents are super proud of you. I guess your stepdaddy wherever he is right now, saying, that Lionel Richie work out.
Listen.
All right, so before we go, I give you the opportunity to say whatever it is that you would love to say to the people of the Virgin Islands and those around the world.
Well, I would love to say first and foremost, thank you for the Easterval Committee for bringing me and my brother Frank and Frankie here to Virgin Gorda. It was a pleasure. It's something we always talked about and dreamed about. Thank you so much to the BVI Tourist Board and the government of the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much, everybody, our friends and family. Thank you so much for the support, the love. We're gonna be back more often.
All right, I love that.
Yeah, man. Just to piggy off, back off of Frank once again. I appreciate everybody. Everybody were welcoming.
Yeah.
So like the love was really great. Big up the BVA Festival Committee. Big up the Tourist Board. Big up Virgin Gorda. Big up you. Big up for having us. But we just humble and we're happy to be here.
Yeah.
Everything else.
That humility is there, because it's only this morning I really saw the some photos of you guys on the tramp. I
Yeah.
didn't even realize it were you two.
On the
But then
Juve.
yeah, on the Juve.
Yeah.
Cheers, coconut
Cheers,
water.
cheers.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
coconut
man, I don't
water.
drink, man, already.
All right, guys, thank you so much, and thank you so much for joining us for this very special edition of The Big Story. I want to again say thank you to the BVI Tourist Board and Film Commission for making it possible for us to have this beautiful space and scenery to enjoy a chat like this with you guys. All the best,
Love.
Thank you.
and it's a pleasure.
Appreciate it.